इत्थं त्वामपुत्रशोकेन मग्नं तमसि दुष्टरे अतद् अर्हम् अनुस्मृत्य महापुरुषगोचरन् अनुग्रहाय भवतः प्राप्ता आवाम इह प्रभो ब्रह्मण्यो भगवद्भक्तो नावासादितुमर्हसि. My dear King, you are an advanced devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To be absorbed in lamentation for the loss of something material is unsuitable for a person like you. Therefore, we are both come to relieve you from the false lamentation, which is due to your being merged in the darkness of ignorance. For those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge, to be affected by material loss or gain is not at all desirable. So Angira and Narada are doing their business. What is their business? To enlighten people. They are not sitting and crying with him. Just like in our Bhagavad Gita also, what happened? Arjuna was crying. Did Krishna join him in crying? No. Immediately he spoke. Ashocana anavashochastvam pragyavadam sabhashase gatasuna agatasuna chananu shochanti panditaha. Immediately Krishna spoke to Arjuna. Arjuna, what you are doing is not a suitable thing for a learned man. Learned people don't speak like this. Then only that is a platform of preaching. Preaching only occurs when there is compassion for somebody unnecessarily suffering. Preaching is not entertaining people with some stories. Mostly people go somewhere. Swamiji tells some nice stories. And they want to hear. It's a fun always. Just like bedtime, छोटे बच्चे सोते समय कुछ stories सुनते हैं, अच्छा लगता है, सो जाते हैं. So similarly, people do not take many times where what happens when you go to sell Bhagavad Gita. Do you have some stories for children? Most other people ask like that. They think this all the Vedic literatures is nothing more than some bedtime stories for children. The nice stories, children will read, and they, it's nice moral stories. Just like we have so many comic books, so many. But they think it is just some stories and child, it will give some maximum benefit. Child will get some moral values. We should not do this. See, he did, he got this. That's it. Full stop. They do not know that actually it is having an advanced knowledge. And not only advanced knowledge, advanced, pure, transcendental knowledge, which can enlighten the soul. Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ki. But mostly people do not take like that. Now when these sages came and saw the situation of Chitraketu, who was almost dead, in so much pain he was that he was almost dead. Sometimes people die also. We have the condition. Something happened. Yeah, it happened recently that an Indian soldier was, kidnapped. He by mistake crossed into Pakistan boundary, and they kidnapped him. And his father or somebody at home died of heart attack. Ho gaya, kya ho gaya? Khatam. It happens also. Sometimes people cannot bear the shock and even they die. He didn't die, Chitraketu, but almost died. He and his wife are in a great pain and lamentation, and whole kingdom was crying. He was a good king. People were loving him. People are great affection for him. Therefore, Prabhupada never like this demon go crazy democracy. Whatever it is, other party has to criticize him, even though he is a good person. Correct? That's the present situation. It doesn't make sense. Prabhupada used to say this multi-party mess it is. He never found it as a good system to run the world. And in the Vedic time, this system was not there. So now, anyway, the mistakes of the system will take later. So now we have Chitraketu in a great pain, and great sage Angira has come with Narada. And they have started instructing him. What is happening? Why are you crying? Did you have a relation to this child before he was born? What is the relation you now have with him? Like that they started instructing him. No sentiments, direct truth spoken strongly. But because it was spoken by a realized soul, see what happens, we can speak. But when it is not realized, it will not affect that much. We should be transparent. Spiritual knowledge, we should be transparent. So mirror. But at the same time, if you are realized, it is more effective. So now say that same example, we give the joke of that sadhu. Somebody approach a lady, approach a sadhu that please tell my child not to eat sweet. He said, okay, I'll tell tomorrow. Come tomorrow. So tomorrow she came. He said, yes. He talked to the child. You eat too much sweet? Yeah. Don't eat sweet. And then it was immediately effective. The child stopped overeating sweets. And then she came back after a few days. So why didn't you tell the first day? It is very effective. Child has stopped. He said, that day I was also eating sweets. So unless we are following something, our words will not be effective. Prabhupada says, you can sit on big asana, you can speak big words, but you will not be effective. Correct? It's like you see, Prabhupada also spoke very strongly, always. You can also sit on a big asana and speak very strongly. Yeah, totally we have to surrender to Krishna. Nothing else we should do in life. It will not be effective. And Prabhupada was one day speaking one place, another day speaking one place, and everywhere people are surrendering. Correct? It depends on both. It depends on the speaker and the audience, both the effect. If the speaker is bogus and the hearer is bogus, it's no use. If both are bogus, it is no use. If either of them is bogus, it is not use. Speaker should be bona fide, hearer should be bona fide. Then it is effective. Hey, Chitraketu, when the first time Angira Rishi came, was not a bona fide hearer. He was absorbed in material desire to have a son. So even if he would have spoken, it was of no use. So he did not speak that time. Therefore, in preaching, it's also an art what to do at what time. Ordinary teaching also, this requires expertise. What to teach, lot of people know. But what to teach at what time, that is not, everybody doesn't know that. They make a mess. Therefore, many people may be gold medalists, may not be good teachers, because they don't know what to present now. And whether he has understood how to teach in a way he understands. Correct? How to know he has understood or not understood. You see the Angira Rishi now teaching the highest knowledge. Spiritual knowledge is the highest knowledge. He is so careful. Many times we make that mistake. No? We go to people and we talk and people get angry and you get angry. As Prabhupada made a comment on that, he said you go to sell a book and the other person, you agitate him, he becomes angry and doesn't buy your book and goes away in an angry mood. You are nonsense and your preaching is nonsense. What is this? You ended up making an enemy for the movement instead of doing anything fruitful. Because when you talk to people, actually there are so many things they will not agree at all. So we have to know what to talk. What to talk, when to talk. We say, go to somebody and we say, no, you should understand this Bhagavad Gita is teaching that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and you are the servant. Yes. We have to see whom we can tell this. Correct. We have to be able to measure the person and know whether I can tell this now or what should I tell now. It's not that I'm going to tell what he knows already. That's no use. You have to tell him something more. But what can I tell so that he can accept it? So this is actually not easy. They require great expertise. So Angira Rishi, you see, when he saw Chitraketu, understood. Let me wait now. Now he is not ready. And I'll make him ready. Therefore somebody went to Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, I am teaching in this area, but nobody is interested there. So Prabhupada said, that is not preaching. Preaching means you have to make people interested. When Prabhupada said, I landed in America, nobody invited me, please come to America, teach us now. He said, I made people interested in spiritual life. They were only interested in drugs or drinking. That was their interest, correct? I made them interested in spiritual life. That is called preaching. So we can see here Narada and Angira showing an example. Angira Rishi particularly, who was there both the time, showing an example of preaching. How to preach actually. So many a time we make this mistake. Actually, every individual, there's a very nice statement, is open to suggestion. Every individual. We cannot drop anybody. Every individual is open to suggestion. But what suggestion to be given at that point? You understand this point? Because we are Tatha Shakti of the Lord, we are always open to suggestion. We can either go to Maya or go to Yog Maya. Mahamaya, Yog Maya. We are always open to suggestion. Nobody knows what aisa hai, aisa nahi hai. You can tell him something now, what we should tell, so that it benefits it. So Angira Rishi was extremely powerful. We cannot do like what he did, but gradually we can prepare somebody. We give him some instruction, let him take a time to digest it, then you give another instruction. Right? Angira Rishi, what did it? He created a big phenomena of giving him a child, which he took away, short time. We cannot do all these things. Our next what will happen is that they will make the child awake. Narada Rishi now will start talking. Because Narada is the topmost spiritualist, perhaps a unique devotee of the Lord, of his own standard, unique standard. And he will now start speaking and start instructing Chitraketu. And while instructing Chitraketu, he will make the child awake for some time. And then child will start instructing his father and mother. Whom are you calling your son? Which birth you are the son? It goes on. So in this way we see, here is Angira Rishi, he is instructing the child, instructing Chitraketu. And Chitraketu is able to understand. And now Chitraketu is able to digest what he wants to say. Previously he is not able to. And he has previous verse, he has submitted himself that I am just like a village dog. Please instruct me. He is in a right position to teach now spiritual knowledge. We see an example in Bhagavad Gita also. Arjuna was not ready in the first chapter, in the first few verses. He was not ready for instruction. He was saying, What is wrong? And so Duryodhana is ruling, is doing good. What is the use of all this? You see, he gives a statement. He is treating Krishna like a friend. Krishna does not open his mouth. So somebody approaches you like a friend. How are you, yaar? Yeah, it's nice. In fact, this comes in the example of Raghunath Das Goswami goes to Lord Chaitanya in the beginning. He was Raghunath Das. And he requests that, can I join your movement full time? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, you're not ready now. Now you act normal in the society and be very honest to Krishna in your heart. In your heart you worship Krishna, and in society you act normal. And that's what the instruction was. And he followed that instruction. And then later, the situation when he joined Lord Chaitanya's movement. So similarly, Arjuna also was not ready. He was treating Krishna like a friend, and he wanted to solve the problem as a friend. Krishna became silent. He did not instruct him in the first chapter. Kept seeing Krishna, he rather was playing with him like a friend. You are a Madhusudana, you kill a demon called Madhu. You are a Arisudana, you kill enemies. But you are asking me, but you are not known as, who's Krishna's grandfather? Ugrasena, Sudana, correct? You are not killed Sandipani Muni. Are you going to do that? For you to ask me to kill Dronacharya and Bhishma is like for you to kill Sandipani Muni and your grandfather. Can you do such a thing? So it's like a very friendly joking is going on. He's not in a level of instruction at that moment. Krishna was silent. Right? Somebody comes to your friend, what do you speak about Krishna consciousness? This is not the way to speak. You have to, because teaching requires a platform. Therefore, always the asana is used when somebody is giving a class. Correct? To create a platform, to create a situation that teaching cannot occur on friendly level. Teacher is always, the one person is the teacher, other person is the student. Then the teaching can occur. So same way, Krishna was very silent. And Arjuna was just talking like a friend. Krishna was also smiling. Arjuna, what has happened to you? You are speaking like a Napunsak. Like that. But he was silent. He did not reveal the spiritual knowledge. And in the second chapter, Arjuna then surrenders to Krishna. Karpadna dosha pata sabhava prichami tvam dharma samud chetaha yashaya nishitam bruhitan me shishyasteyam sadimam tvam prapannam. So when he surrenders, immediately Krishna is ready. Then the spiritual knowledge starts. Till that time there is no spiritual knowledge. Krishna is talking in Vyavaharika level. Arjuna, this is what you are teaching. You are a Kshatriya. Why are you speaking all this thing? No knowledge of the soul, no knowledge of God, nothing. So you see these great people, even though Krishna is always a perfect teacher, but you see how they are instructing. And then we can learn how to preach. These are living examples in the Bhagavatam given. Very careful. Angira Rishi. And he is encouraging him. Just like Krishna also did not scold Arjuna. He said, Arjuna, you are speaking like a learned person, but learned people don't speak like this. It's a very nice way of saying you are a fool, but roundabout way. Same way, Angira Rishi is also encouraging Chitraketu for what he is. And Chitraketu is a great devotee of the Lord. He said, what is happening to you? You are a great devotee. This is not expected from you. To cry like this for material affairs, Angira Rishi. He is not flattering him. Giving him what is due to him. You see in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna keeps telling Arjuna, if you want to correct somebody, first you should agree what he is, then you add up. But what we do when you want to correct somebody, we make him zero first. He just can't handle it. It's not correct. Why are you making me zero? I am not zero. Correct? You have to proceed. Suppose somebody is in the 10th class, you agree that he has passed 9th class and understood what is taught in 9th class. But he has to go next level. So similarly, you say very careful. Here, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita keeps telling Arjuna, you are so dear to me, Arjuna. You are my dear. Bhakto asime saka cheti. Keeps, oh Mahabhavo, oh the strongly armed one. Oh Ari, so many words Krishna uses. Parantapa, you can destroy your enemies. He's giving him what is due. It's true for Arjuna. He can do all those things. Gudakesha, correct? A person who was conquered his sleep. So many things, or ignorance. So many things have been spoken for Arjuna, which are true. And that encourages the hearer. Yes, yeah, correct. And but you're talking like a fool now. What happened to you? That tell me please, what should I do? Correct? When we have to correct somebody, what we do? First we make him zero. He is not zero, he gets very hurt and he goes away. We give him what is due, but say, Arey, you should not have done like this. Yeah, tell me please. So they know how to teach actually. Well, true, you look like here Chitraketu is totally in a situation of a student. He says, I'm like a village dog, I'm an idiot number one. He immediately admits his condition, he has become a fool number one. And then he surrenders. That is what Prabhupada is saying. That is how we learn spiritual life. You stay in the association of devotees. Tanderas charana sevi bhakta sanevas. Serve the devotees and stay in the association of devotees. Then you will advance. You see that because of the association of devotees, Chitraketu is being saved today. In his kingdom, there was not one person who could have saved him. They were simply crying with him. There was no spiritual knowledge. But Angira Rishi Narada is above all material tamasha. And they are able to instruct. They have the potency to instruct. And they are saying to Chitraketu, why you are feeling so sad? This is material affairs. Why you are so much affected by that? A person who has advanced spiritual knowledge should not be so much disturbed by achieving something material great or something material going away. We should be above all these things. Now this is a great position to be achieved. And how does this position come? By sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness. The result should come. We are practicing Krishna consciousness, but still we are affected, means the realization has not come. Still theoretically we know things. Therefore practice has to become more sincere, then benefited. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.